Okay. Does anybody have a question? Do you have a class after this? Let me ask that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which class do you have?
Sir, physics.
Okay. Do you know where the EC guys are as far as the syllabus is concerned? How much have they done? Anybody has an idea?
They are starting K-maps today.
They are starting K maps today. So we have not lost too much by skipping a couple of classes. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing fine. I know some of you have had problems in your home. Anyway, I don't know. Same. Anyway, I had cancelled a couple of my classes, so my son was asking whether uh, uh, we are going to do any more classes or not. And I said we are going to do it. So he said, please order kar do class ko, because I keep on cancelling his orders from Amazon. So he thinks that the opposite of cancel is to order something. So he said एक class को order कर दो क्योंकि मुझे class में मज़ा आता है. तो आज class order हो गई है. Anyway, so let us continue with synchronous sequential logic. So I don't know what the chapter number is in your books because I'm using an older edition. I'm using the 5th edition of the book.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Sir, in the last class, we started multiplexers.
yeah.
We didn't complete that.
Oh, we didn't complete the multiplexers. We didn't.
So you said that we'll continue in the next class.
No, I know the parallel to serial. That is one thing, but I don't want to go into that because I don't think I have a very good explanation for that. It depends on how much speed is available to you. But other than that, did we not do the design for the multiplexer? Did we do the design of the multiplexer
Design,
or
sir.
no? Huh?
We designed it, sir. We designed it, sir.
I don't understand. Can you repeat, Pratyush?
So we designed the multiplexer.
We
That's
designed
what.
no using
Yes, sir.
NAND gates or and OR gates. We did that, no, or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is enough. Okay. So till now we have talked about combinational circuits. There is no storage of data. Okay, as soon as you, so for example in an AND gate, what happens? As long as you apply A and B, you will get an output Y is equal to AB. Okay, that is what happens. As soon as you turn off A or B, your output is no longer valid. Okay, but sometimes we want to store data. Not sometimes, almost every time we want to store the data. So we need some kind of storage mechanism. That is where sequential circuits come into the picture. Although sequential does not directly means does not directly imply storage, but that is an added advantage that we get by implementing sequential circuits, that we are able to store some data. Okay, let me go into that in a moment with this example. Let us look at this particular circuit. Okay. S bar and R bar. There is a method to this madness why I'm writing S bar and R bar. Usually we write X Y or SR, but there is a reason I'm writing S bar and R bar over here. Okay, it will become clear in a few minutes. But let us look at this circuit. Okay, now if I apply, let us say I apply uh, 1 0 to this circuit. Okay, let us say I apply 1 0 to this circuit. If S bar, I'm going to erase this. So if S bar and R bar, and let me call this as Q and call this as Q bar. Okay. So if the input is, let us say 0 1, okay, let us do that. Okay, if S bar and R bar, the S bar is 0 and R bar is 1, what is that going to do?
Q will be 1.
Q will be 1. Let us look at this. So if S bar is 0, if this is 0, okay, what happens to the output here? It will definitely be 1 irrespective of what this input is. Is that not? That is the property of a NAND gate. As soon as one input becomes 0, the output definitely becomes 1 irrespective of what the second input is. Okay, so Q will definitely become 1. Okay, now we know the precise value of Q. Is that okay? We know the precise value of Q. Now, if I know the precise value of Q, I know both the inputs, the precise value of both the inputs of my second NAND gate. Is that not? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
We know that. So what is the value here? The value here is 1 and the value of R bar is also 1. If both of them are 1, what is the value of Q bar?
0.
It will become 0. Okay, and if this is 0, this was obviously 1 and 0 0 input also retains my 1. So this is a self-consistent circuit. Now there is no more changes that are going to take place. If I apply a 0 here and a 1 over here, my output is going to be 1 0. Okay, now let us do the opposite. If I apply a 1 to S bar and 0 to R bar, what is going to happen in this situation? इस सिचुएशन में क्या होगा?
So Q will be 0.
Q0, Q bar 1.
Q bar will definitely be 1. As soon as we apply R bar to be 0, this output is fixed at 1. Okay, and if this is 1, this is 1, this will become 0.
0.
Okay, so if you apply 1 0, you are going to get a 0 1. Is that okay? Now let us say in this particular situation, I suddenly change my output, my input R bar from 0 to 1. Let us say I do that. Okay, I change my R bar, I take it from 0 and put a 1. Okay, what is going to happen in this situation? मैंने 0 से इसको 1 कर दिया, तो क्या होगा? Anyone? Please understand that I am doing this after I have already applied 1 0. Okay, 1 0 मैंने apply कर दिया है. I suddenly change from 1 0 to 1 1. Okay, what is going to happen in this situation? The output here was 0, here it was 1. So the second, let me write down the second inputs. The second inputs to both these gates are, this is 1 and this is 0. ठीक है? Is that okay? Now if I change from 0 to 1 over here, should the output here change?
No, sir.
Because the second input is 0, so the output stays at 1. If this is 1, this 2 are 1, the output is going to stay at 0. So this is so this particular thing is called as feedback. Okay, you are feeding back the output as the input. Okay, back as the input. So that is called as feedback. Okay, till now all the circuits. Hold on a minute. एक second. Till now, all the circuits that we have studied till now, there was no feedback. Okay, there was an input, a given set of inputs, and the output was there. The output was never going back as the input to any of the previous gates. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Who was asking the question? Yeah.
सर
Yeah.
इस केस में हमने आर बार को चेंज किया पर क्यू को फिक्स रहने दिया
क्या क्यू
फीडबैक
हो?
में। सर जो क्यू आउटपुट था मतलब हमने उसको 0 पे फिक्स कर दिया और जो इनपुट था आर बार उसको चेंज किया है।
आउटपुट को फिक्स नहीं किया, आउटपुट को फिक्स नहीं कर सकते हम, वी कैनॉट फिक्स द आउटपुट. Okay, output is determined by whatever is happening through the inputs. Okay, what I did was I initially applied a 1 0. What did 1 0 do? It made q as 0, okay, and q bar as 1. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
Now what am I doing? I'm changing r from 0 to 1. Okay, the outputs are going to change only when there is some impetus that is going to cause that change to happen. Okay, now if you look at this, if it goes from 0 to 1, what is going to happen to the output over here? In this particular circumstance, what is going to happen? Since this is 0, it will stay at 1. Is that not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, so the output here is going to stay at 0. So nothing is causing, and there is no impetus for the output to change now. Do you understand? Because whatever the situation, the situation is, this is in equilibrium. Okay, there is nothing that is breaking this equilibrium now. Is that not?
Okay, sir.
ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
So when I go from 1 0 to 1 1, I stay at the same value as my previous output was. Okay, I stay at 0 1. Now if I do the opposite, let us say I apply, मैं ये करता हूँ 0 से 1 गया और यहाँ से 1 से 0 गया. Okay, I change both of these simultaneously. Let us say somehow magically I have that power that I exactly at the same moment I change both the inputs S bar and R bar from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. What is going to happen in this situation? As soon as I put S to be equal to 0, S bar to be equal to 0, what is going to happen to the output? Q.
So Q will be
It
1.
will become 1.
Immediately it will become 1. Okay, and since R bar is 1 and Q is 1, what is going to happen to Q bar?
0.
Q bar is going to go to 0 as we previously thought. Okay, now let us say that in this particular circumstance, now this is my new circumstance, in this particular circumstance I apply a new input 1 to S bar. ठीक है, मैंने S bar में 1 लगाया and I keep R bar at 1 again. Okay, R bar is kept at 1 and S bar is changed from 0 to 1. What is going to happen in this particular situation?
Q will become 0.
Huh?
Q will become 0.
Q will become 0. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, this is wrong now. This is 0 now. Is that not? ठीक है ना? मैंने यहाँ पर 1 गलत लिखा हुआ था क्योंकि this was 0 now. So it should be 0. So what will be the value of Q?
It will stay at 1.
1.
It will stay at 1.
Yes,
ठीक है ना?
sir.
I went from 0 to 1 in S bar. The other input was already 0. So this will stay at 1 irrespective of whether the second input is being 0 or 1. If one of the inputs is 0, it is going to stay at 1. Now if this is 1 and R bar is 1. So what is going to happen here?
It will be 0.
It will be 0. So it will stay in equilibrium. So what is happening? When we are applying 1 1, what is the new value of Q and Q bar? It
1
stays
0.
it stays at it as its previous value. Okay, Q and Q bar, or you can also use a different terminology. We call it as n plus 1. Okay, Q subscript n plus 1 means the next value of Q. So it is equal to, so next value of Q is the same as the previous value of Q when you apply 1 1 as the input. Okay. So now we have created a memory element. What is this memory element doing? वो क्या कर रहा है?
Last output दे रहा.
So what should be your what should memory be able to do? You should be able to write new data. You should be able to store that data. Okay, and you should be able to write a different data if you wanted to. Okay, so if you want to write anything to this particular memory element, let us say Q is your memory. Okay, let us say Q is your primary output of this memory. So you can write 1 to Q. How can you write 1 to Q? When you apply 0 1. If you apply 0 1 as the input, your output will definitely become 1. Okay, Q will become 1. If you apply 1 0, your Q will become 0. Okay, so you can write that element to write something to your memory, and it will store that data. How will it store that data? As soon as you apply 1 1, what is going to happen? If you apply 1 1, क्या होगा?
Q and Q dash will be same as previous value.
Yeah, so Q will maintain its previous value as long as you keep the input as 1 1. Okay, it will maintain its previous value. Now there is, yeah.
So is there any delay like in the output signal that once we change the previous output is still coming for some time?
What do you mean?
So like here when we are changing, so like how is it sure like there would be some previous output so it can continue?
No. That is the important part. You cannot apply 1 1 without definitely knowing what the value of Q is. Okay, you will apply Q 1 1 only after applying either this or that.
Okay.
Okay, you will not apply 1 1 directly. That makes no sense. Okay, because you do not know what Q is. So there is no point of retaining that data because you do not know what it is. Okay.
Yes, and so if I like initially just put 1 1, so then like one random can come.
Yeah, obviously, whatever the previous value was.
No, so if there is no previous value, sir. If
Yeah,
like, I'm just starting the signal.
then also there will be some noise or something, and a random value will appear, either 0 or 1, which will stabilize the circuit.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And finally, one more option is there which we did not explore till now, which is 0 0, which is a forbidden value. Okay, you do not allow this to happen. You do not give this as the input.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, like if we are applying 0 0, then Q and Q bar both are 1. So sir, how
Yeah,
is
that
it
is
possible?
that is why it is forbidden. We do not allow that to happen.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you explain for which thing we have used this term feedback?
So if you look at it, my output is going back as the input, no, to this stage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the previous examples that we did, we never had an output going in as the output of a next stage going back as the input of the previous stage. We are always going in output of the previous stage is the input to the next stage, and so on and so forth. We never had something going back.
Okay, sir. So means
Okay.
like output is coming back to the same circuit.
Yeah.
So feedbacking is
Yeah.
taking place.
Okay, so if you were to draw it in a different manner, how will it look like? Let us try to draw it a little more in a traditional feedback sort of sense. If I were to draw this particular circuit. So we have, let us start with the ठीक है, ये सेम सर्किट है ना या नहीं? Is this the same circuit?
Yes, sir.
So does this make it more obvious what feedback, how feedback is happening here? Who was the person asking the question?
Yes, sir.
Is it? Is
Yes,
it okay
sir.
now? Okay. So this is Q and this is Q bar. Okay. Have you studied feedback anywhere till now? I don't think you guys might have. Have you? Have you heard of the term feedback? Praful?
Yes, sir. It was there in 12th.
In 12th, in which course? Physics?
Yes, sir. In semiconductor.
Okay. Anyway, now we are going to add a little more complexity and functionality to this particular circuit. What is that functionality? We'll add an enable input. Okay, what is enable going to do? Let us look at that. So let me erase this. So we add an additional input called as enable. Okay, and we have S and R. Okay, now if your enable is 0, if enable is 0, this En stands for enable. Okay, En stands for enable. If enable is 0, what happens in that case?
Memory.
If enable is 0, what happens to these two inputs? This is
They
0
will all-
and this
they
is
will
going
both be
this-
one.
One.
if this is 0, then these two are going to be 1. Then what is going to happen to your Q and Q bar?
Last signal will be there.
So this is S bar and R bar. Okay, they are going to maintain their previous value. Okay, so irrespective of what the new values of S and R are, nothing is going to happen as long as enable is 0. As long as enable is 0, your output is going to stay the same. Okay, now if I make enable to be 1, what happens to these two values? This becomes S bar and this becomes R bar. Is that not?
Yes, sir.
These two act like, when enable is 1, these two act like NOT gates. ठीक है ना? These
Yes,
two
sir.
act like NOT gates. So now, if I were to draw the add 2 more columns to this transition diagram, transition table. Okay, this is called as a transition table or a characteristic. They keep on changing the names, but in any case, the book is using the term function table for describing this particular circuit. So SR is going to be 1 0 0 1 0 0 and 1 1 is again going to be forbidden. Okay? So this works, this all works only when enable is equal to 1. When enable is 0, then it is going to maintain its previous value. So now if you look at it, what is happening? If you apply S to be 1 and R to be 0, you get output as 1. If you apply S to be 0 and R to be 1, you get output as 0. And if you apply S and R both to be 0 0, you maintain its previous value, and S and R equal to 1 1 is not allowed. Okay, it is a forbidden input. Okay, that particular input is not allowed. Okay, so and there is a reason we do not call it as AB or XY or whatever. There is a reason we use SR. Okay, because S stands for set and R stands for reset. Okay, can anybody tell me why S is called as set and means 1 0 giving an output 1 is called as a set input, and when we do the opposite, then we call it as the reset input. Anybody can guess Why would that be? I know my question is not very clear, but maybe you can get some. Let me rephrase my question. So what is happening? When you are applying S to be set to be 1, then your output becomes 1. Okay, and when you are applying reset to be 0, reset to be 1, then your output is becoming 0. So in one case you are setting the output as 1, and in another case you are resetting the output to what? Yeah, 0.
0.
Okay, that is the main logic behind calling them as S and R or set and reset. Okay. What is the time? Okay, I still have. So does anybody have a question in this? How this is functioning? And more importantly, I have not yet told the name of this particular circuit. It is called as SR.
We can connect X and R with a NOT gate, and then we can give a final input.
D.
En equals to 0.
The forbidden case.
Sir, sir, like in this question, we have two. So like in this question, we have two input S bar and R bar. So when you wrote input, about which input are we talking in this case? सर लाइक जब हम आउटपुट कह रहे हैं तो आउटपुट Qn+1 को कहेंगे या Qn+1 बार को? अच्छा, और सर इनपुट S बार को कहेंगे? ओके, अच्छा, यस सर। ओके सर, तो सर आउटपुट में बस हम Q को ही आउटपुट कहते हैं, मतलब उसके बार को नहीं कहेंगे? अच्छा, ओके सर। ओके सर, एंड सर जो हम इसको सेट रीसेट कह रहे हैं, तो सर इज इट ऑलवेज नेसेसरी कि अगर एक सेट हो रहा है तो दूसरा रीसेट ही होगा? मतलब लाइक हम दोनों वैल्यूज को रीसेट नहीं कर सकते हैं, या फिर दोनों को सेट वो फॉरबिडन केस में आ जाएगा? अच्छा, ओके सर, मीन्स अब राइट करना है तब हमें सेट रीसेट दोनों मतलब अपोजिट होने चाहिए राइट वाले केस में। ओके सर। ओके सर।
Sir, your voice is not audible on YouTube. Means it is not audible in YouTube, your voice. In the start, it was coming, sir. Before 2-3 minutes, it went off. Yes, sir. In front.
Hello, hello. I think now it should be fine. The batteries were dead on my wireless
Okay,
mic.
no problem. I will continue.
Now can you hear it now on YouTube? Thank you very much, whoever it was. Who is it? Shishir. Thank you very much, Shishir. Now you are my YouTube go-to guy. So if there any problem is there, please disturb me during the class itself. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So where was I? Is there any question anybody has? So the block diagram for my D latch, this gated. So this is called as transparent latch, and also it is also called as D latch. Okay, D latch, or to be more precise, it is a gated D latch. Okay, it's a gated D latch. And if I were to draw the block diagram of this gated D latch, it will look something like this: D enable and Q bar. Okay, so so let us say you have a D latch what will happen in this case? Let us say I am applying a input called clock here. Okay, what is a clock? So we have not drawn this diagram till now, but let us draw the timing diagram. What is the time? Timing diagram. What is the timing diagram? On the vertical axis you have your 0 and 1, okay, and on the x axis is your time. Okay, so clock looks something like this. Okay, it is changing at a fixed interval. Okay, so it's a periodic signal which looks something like this. Okay, this is your clock. If you have a clock, this is the input to this, and let us say your D is okay, here D looks something like this. This is the input to D. Okay, or let me call this as X. Okay, X is your input. What is your output? Y. Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes to please figure this out. Please, one thing I wanted to clarify is that this is going to introduce a delay. Okay, obviously there is a NOT gate here, so it is going to introduce a small delay in your the enable to this particular flip flop. No, sorry, this particular latch is going to be a little behind the input to this. Okay, because of the delay introduced by this NOT gate. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to please come up with your output Y. Okay, what will the timing diagram of the output Y is going to look like? Okay, so if you, I just want to clarify again. So on the X axis is your time. Okay, and in the Y axis is your value. Okay, so 0, 1. Similarly 0, 1. One thing I want to tell you is what? You can assume that the starting value of y is 0. Okay, you can assume that the starting value of y is 0. Okay, that is important in these cases. You can assume that the starting value of y is 0. Okay, that is given to you. So let us see what happens here. So this clock is 0 initially. Okay, if this is 0, this enable is what? Enable is 0. So irrespective of what the value of d is, this is going to maintain its previous value. Okay, this q is going to maintain its previous value irrespective of what the value of d is. So it is not going to transfer any data over here in one sense from x. It is going to maintain its previous value. What is going to happen to this what? This NOT gate is going to change this clock from 0 to, so your enable here is going to become 1. So whatever the value of q here is, that is going to be shown at the output over here. Okay, so that is what essentially happens. So let us start from where? Let us move on forward, because it is a little ambiguous in this place, but move to this place. Okay, move to this point. Now let us forget about what happens before this. Okay, for now. So x, so here clock becomes 1. What happens when clock becomes 1? This latch becomes enabled. What is going to happen to the q here?
Previous value would be there.
What is the value here? What is the value of x? The q becomes transparent over here. This latch becomes transparent to the input.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the input here? यहाँ पर input क्या है?
X 0.
Input is 0. Okay, so it will become this q. So let me call this as q1 bar, and this is q2 and q2 bar. So before we write down y, let us, or to be more, okay, so q1 and q2. Okay, so q1 is going to, at this point, q1 is going to become what? Q1 is going to follow x. As long as clock is 1, q1 is going to follow x. Is that not? ठीक है ना? As long as clock is 1, q1 is going to follow x.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So q1 is going to be this value until this point, until we reach when the clock is going from 1 to 0. Now at this particular point, what is going to happen? At this particular point क्या होगा? यहाँ पर क्या होगा?
Q1 1 ही रहेगा.
Q1 will maintain whatever the value of x is at this point. यहाँ पर जो भी x की value होगी, it is going to maintain that value throughout. Okay, so let me make a small change here also. Let us do this. Okay, now let us look at q1. What is going to happen to q1? As long as your clock is 0, what is going to happen to q1 now between these two values?
1 ही रहेगा.
It is going to maintain its previous value. Okay, so it is going to stay like this. Okay, so q1 is going to continuously from, as long as the clock is 0, your q1 is going to maintain its previous value, which is 1 in this particular case. Now let us look at q2. What is going to happen to q2 in this case? I already told you that the initial value of q2 is 0. ठीक है, so let us maintain that 0 for now. Okay, forget about what is happening here. Now let us start from this point. What is it? What is at this place, at this time? What is going to happen to q2? Your clock is becoming 1. If clock is 1, what is going to happen to your enable 2? Let us call this as enable 2. This is enable 1. What is going to happen to enable 2?
0.
It will become 0. So it is going to maintain its previous value irrespective of what is happening to its input. irrespective of what is happening to its input, it is going to maintain its previous value. Now, what happens at this particular point? At this point, it starts following what?
Previous signal.
It starts following whatever the value of Q1 is.
Q1.
ठीक है ना? It is going to start following the value of Q1 because Q1 is the input to D2. Okay? D2 is equal to Q1. ठीक है ना? It is a transparent latch now. ठीक है ना? It is a transparent latch as long as your enable is 1. So it is going to follow whatever the value of Q1 is. ठीक है? Is that okay? Now let us look at what happens after this. What is going to happen to Q2 now in this particular half clock cycle? In this half clock cycle, what is going to happen to Q2? Q2 का क्या होना चाहिए?
Previous value.
Irrespective of what the value of Q1 is, it is going to maintain its previous value. So Q2 will stay constant at 1 until the next when the clock becomes 0. Okay, so we already know the value. What is the value of Q2 going to be? Now what about Q1? What is going to happen to Q1? As soon as the enable 1 becomes 1, it will start following X.
Yes.
ठीक है ना? As soon as enable 1 becomes 1, it will start following X. So as soon as enable 1 becomes 1, it starts following X. What is the value of X here? X is 0.
0.
Okay, so it will start following X and it will go back here. ठीक है? Now what happens in this after this? What happens here?
Q1 will retain its previous
Q1
value.
will remain 1.
Now Q1 will remain 1. Okay, Q1 will remain 1. And what will happen to Q2?
It will
In this
be 1 as well since it will be following X.
It will follow X. It will follow Q1 and Q1 is 1. So it will follow Q1. Okay, and will in this clock cycle it is obviously going to follow Q1. Okay, so now this particular clock cycle, what will happen to the Q1 here?
It will be 1 as well.
It will follow X, which is 1. ठीक है? So now if you look at it, what happened to all this input? जो तुम्हारा X की जो ये सारी changes थे, okay, although Q1 was following them, but the final output does not follow them. Okay, so if you look at the final output, where is the output changing? Output is only doing what? It is looking at your which edge? Negative edge. Okay, if you look at this clock edge, okay, whatever is the output at this particular clock edge, whatever is your input at this particular clock edge, that is what is becoming manifested at the output. Okay, you can go home and keep on analyzing it. So let me do this again. So this is the next negative clock edge. Negative clock edge पे हमारा input क्या है? X, which is 1. Okay, so it maintains the value 1. At this negative clock edge, what is the input here? यहाँ पर input क्या है? What is the input at this clock edge? बताओ?
1.
Anybody?
1.
1. So it will maintain the value 1. Okay, and it will keep on maintaining that until the next clock edge. Again, the same clock edge, which is the negative clock edge. What is the negative clock edge? What is the input here at this negative clock edge? क्या है?
Minus. Sorry, 0.
0. Okay, at this negative clock edge, it is 0. Okay, and at this negative clock edge, again, it is a 0. So it will maintain a value like this. Okay, we will do a similar example in the next class again. But for now, if you see, the main thing about this is that the functionality of this is something like that. That only at the negative clock edges, okay, it changes its output. Okay, its output changes only at the negative clock edges. Okay, and what is the output in this case? The output is going to be whatever is the value of the input just before this negative clock edge. Okay, just before this negative clock edge, whatever is the value of your x, that is going to become your output for the whole next clock cycle. It will not change throughout your clock cycle. And when I say output, I mean the output at the final place. Okay, so this particular circuit is called as a flip-flop, and more precisely an edge triggered flip-flop. Okay, because only what matters, okay, for the output, the only thing that matters is what is the input at the edge. Okay, and in this case it only matters at the negative edge. Why it is called as the negative edge? Because we are going from a high to low. Okay, obviously your clock has two edges. Okay, again and again, this is called as the positive edge, this is the positive edge, and this is the negative edge because of the slope. Okay, and this side the slope is positive, here the slope is negative. You're going from a high to a low value. Okay, so this is the negative edge and this is the positive edge. So more precisely, the name of this particular flip-flop is a negative edge triggered flip-flop. Okay, and we also call it as a D flip-flop because it is a D flip-flop. We also have other kinds of flip-flops which we'll talk about in the next class. So this is a negative edge triggered D flip-flop, and more precisely, even more precisely, it's a negative edge triggered master slave D flip-flop. This is called as the master and this is the slave. Okay, there are other configurations also of how to make a flip-flop, a D flip-flop. That's why we are specifically mentioning it as a master slave flip-flop. That is one way of designing a D flip-flop, an edge triggered D flip-flop. Okay, we'll continue in the next class. In the yeah, hold on a minute. Homework exercise for all of you guys is to how are you going to modify this circuit so that instead of a negative edge triggered D flip-flop, this becomes a positive edge triggered D flip-flop. Okay, it reads the data at the positive edge instead of the negative edge. Yeah, that is your homework exercise. Yeah, who was asking?
Sir, are you considering delay of NOT gate in the graph?
In this case?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is going to be a slight delay. Yeah.
There will be change in Q2, no, sir, if we consider delay. Some shifting.
Yeah, it will be slightly shifted, yes.
So it will be shifted equal to the first master one circuit, right?
It will be shifted.
Since Q1 and the NOT should come at the same time to the slave circuit.
No. It doesn't work like that. No, it works as soon as this becomes 1, it will start reading the value of Q, whatever the value of Q is at that time. So obviously, so let us say that the value of Q, let us say this is 10 nanoseconds. Okay, let us say there is a 10 nanosecond delay in this. Whatever is the value of Q at clock edge plus 10 nanoseconds is going to be the final output of this. Do you understand or no?
Yes, sir.
So, but master also had some delay as it consists of a NAND gate inside. So if NOT is giving some delay, the master also there should be some delay.
Yeah, but I don't care. No, I am only talking about the value of Q. Whatever the value of Q is at that particular instant, that is important to me. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Do you not understand? However the Q was reached, it does not matter to me. Obviously, there is going to be some delay in getting the value of Q from X, but that is not important. What is important is what is the value of Q. So that is why I said that when we talk about edge triggered flip-flops, I say that just before this edge, okay, just before this edge, what is the input? Okay, because I am accounting for whatever delay is going to take place in this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so hold on a minute. So whenever we are designing these kinds of circuits, we ensure that the input does not change just at the clock edge. Okay, that is the problem of the designer. The designer or the user has to ensure that that does not happen just at the clock edge. The data should not change. Data should stay constant for a certain amount of time. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir. So, sir, means output will get shifted by 10 nanosecond, like in this case, if we consider delay of not to be 10
compared
nanoseconds.
to clock, yes. No, not 10 nanoseconds. 10 nanoseconds plus the delay of this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
सर मीन्स नेगेटिव एज पे वैल्यू चेंज हो रही है तो हम जो Q1 है उसकी वैल्यू को थोड़ा देर पहले ही चेंज कर देंगे ताकि जैसे ही नेगेटिव एज से पहले ही वो वैल्यू हमारे पास रेडी रहे जो हम फाइनली आउटपुट में एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, we should not allow that to change just at the clock edge because that is going to give you ambiguity. We do not want that.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you,
go
sir.
into the specifics of those. Whenever you go and buy a flip flop of the market, there is those timings are given to you. That what is the minimum time that is means before which your output should be consistent, so that you get your input should be consistent, so that you get a correct output. Okay, those things are we'll talk about in the next or in the class after that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anybody else has a question? Okay, then we'll continue on Tuesday. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye.